I wanted to be a head TA because I had a great head TA when I was a new TA here. And I received a lot of support from her, and I just thought, wow, this is great. I want to be the reason why someone has a great experience as a new TA, just like I did.
The head TA position started as it came out of program need. In the fall of 2009, I was coordinating the program. I was not only dealing with an increased load of students, but also at that time we weren't where we are now as far as curriculum development and our projects and availability of resources to the teaching assistants, many of whom had never taught before and were new, not just to our program and in many cases to our country, but also to teaching in general. So what I found was that because I was being stretched in so many directions, I didn't feel that we were giving the teaching assistants adequate support and mentorship. Following year, in the fall of 2010, we started the head TA position, and it started out with just 2 head TAs, one for grads and one for undergrads. As the program continued to grow, additional head TAs were funded, and so eventually we had 4, one for each level, and this year, in the fall of 2014, we have 6 head TAs.
I wanted to be a head TA because I remember what it was like for me when I was a new TA, and my head TA offered a lot of guidance and really helped me survive that first year of being a student and a teacher at the same time, which is kind of hard to balance sometimes. So I wanted to be able to help others adjust and be able to do well in their work and studies, and I also thought it would be a great opportunity for professional development.
I guess I wanted to be a head TA because I wanted some leadership experience, and I was very interested in improving the curriculum. I think it was just very natural for me to identify a lot of the areas that I could see where we could grow from, and I wanted to have a bigger part contributing in that.
As far as the head TA specifically contributes to their own professional development, you know, how often do you get an opportunity as a new teacher to not only teach a class, but also to get a peek, some insight into how a program runs administratively. And so they kind of get a chance to you know, coordinate the curriculum and really to get their hands dirty as far as, you know, what's being taught in our courses. They're the ones that are updating the website. They're the ones that are listening in the level meetings. They're gaining an incredible experience in professionalism.
I think the head TA position really offers you a different perspective of a program. You know, when you're a teacher, you're very focused on the needs of your class, how to serve your students, which is obviously, you know, a foundation of being more of an administrator. But I think the head TA position allows you to see what's important at the program level, you know, why things are the way they are. It's not arbitrary.
The position almost allowed me a chance to dig my heels into the structure here and feel like I was a part of that, you know, the architecture that makes the FLB what it is.
You know, they are really working closely with a group of peer teachers and having to, and not only with TAs, but also with lecturers who are full-time and who are more experienced than they are, on trying to make everyone work together as a team.
Moving from just a TA to a head TA, suddenly I was responsible for people in my group, and they kind of trusted me, especially the brand new TAs that came in that year. They looked to me that, oh, she's experienced. And
I was surprised how many questions I had. I mean, just in terms of things for Susan, things for our coordinator, questions that I hadn't thought of before, like, oh, that is a question, I don't know the answer to that. Or I have never experienced that before, let's think about it, let's talk about it.
Well, people can ask you all kinds of questions. They ask you questions about policies, questions about management, classroom management problems, or teaching related problems, curriculum related problems, and you just can't know everything, but you can try. So that's I feel like that's what we're expected to do. We're supposed to try. We're supposed to, well, tell them what we know and tell them all the resources that they have available to them.
I was so eager to do so many things, and there was not enough time possible to do all the things that I wanted to do. So that, I think, the head TA position was a good reality check for me to see that change takes time and there's only so much you can do, and it really helped me organize myself by how to break things down and do work on little by little and not overwhelm people or myself.
So after I graduated and left this department, I went to an intensive English institute, and there it really super helped me because I was actually in charge again of a little section, I was section leader. Now in my career back over here in the writing courses, it really helps when I'm evaluating new lessons because I know the steps we all have to go through. And of course it's improved my time management.
Head TA position really helped me learn how to work with people better. I think, you know, I've always enjoyed working with people, but I think it helped me to see how to lead a meeting that's engaging, how to lead a meeting that will help people remember things, and how to support them without, you know, telling them exactly what to do. It really helped me to see how to be a strong leader and to facilitate without being authoritative.
Point is, I'm a lab manager now in the electrophysiology and language processing lab here at UIUC, and I feel like I have to manage the undergrads. I have to help them learn, and I have to facilitate their education, not only with my education, but make sure that they're learning what they need to learn from the experience too. And so it's not just me telling them the solutions. It's like, well, you asked me a question, now what would you do? Well, let's start there, and we'll build from there. So I feel like it sort of has given me, in my managerial position, a better way of facilitating education of the people that I'm overseeing, rather than just dictating an answer. It's like, well, let's talk about it.
The role that a head TA fills is that of a peer mentor and someone who, you know, the other teaching assistants, especially those that are in their first semester, can really look up to as a role model. We work really hard to make sure that the head TA is never in a position where they're evaluating anyone. You know, they facilitate, they encourage reflection, they build community, they mentor, they serve as role models, but they are not supervisors. And I think that there's a trust there between the TAs and the head TAs, you know, in the way they work together and get help from each other, that is very sisterly, brotherly kind of way. Collaboration,
because we have to collaborate a lot with other head TAs. You can never know how to be a good head TA without other people helping you do it. So it's collaboration. I feel like even when you teach, collaboration helps you be a better teacher. And we have to collaborate with other head TAs, and we have to help other people collaborate with them with each other during level meetings. So I feel like collaboration is a big part of it.
Two words that come to mind: competency and responsibility.
It's got, the head TA position has elements of leadership and collaboration, and I think those are the two areas that I really improved in and benefited from the head TA position.
I feel like it's having experience and being able to share those experiences, yet not telling somebody what's right or wrong, and being open to new ideas as well, because there's not one right way to do everything, and I think that that's a very professional thing to do, is to incorporate all different people's ideas.
So I think that the experience that they're getting as a head TA is preparing them to go out and coordinate their own program.
It's a great position. It's a lot of responsibilities, and all those responsibilities teach you a lot of things. I strongly encourage people that like working with others to consider a position like this. You have to do a lot, and you will learn a lot by doing those things. It's a great thing.